Hello everybody, welcome to today's midweek thought for the day, and we're thinking about Lydia today. So there were two stories that were used from the Bible, two readings from the Bible. So the first one was a little bit from Matthew, from Matthew 10, beginning at verse 40. It says, this is Jesus speaking, "Whoever welcomes you welcomes me, and whoever welcomes me welcomes the one who sent me. Whoever welcomes a prophet in the name of a prophet will receive a prophet's reward, and whoever welcomes a righteous person in the name of a righteous person will receive the reward of the righteous. And whoever gives even a cup of cold water to one of these little ones in the name of a disciple, truly I tell you, none of these will lose their reward." So that's the Matthew reading. And then actually a little bit of the story about Lydia, where she comes in. So this is in Acts, and it's this little travelling bit that we have. We set sail from Troas and took a straight course to Samothrace, for the following day to Neapolis, and from there to Philippi, which is a leading city of the district of Macedonia and a Roman colony. We remained there for some days. On the Sabbath day, we went outside the gate by the river, where we supposed there was a place of prayer, and we sat down and spoke to the women who had gathered there. A certain woman named Lydia, a worshipper of God, was listening to us. She was from the city of Thyatira and a dealer in purple cloth. The Lord opened her heart to listen eagerly to what was said by Paul. When she and her household were baptized, she urged us, saying, "If you have judged me to be faithful to the Lord, come and stay at my home." And she prevailed upon us. So that's the story of Lydia. Now, Lydia has controversy about her, well, uncertainty really. When you look at these kind of arguments, theological arguments about Lydia, history, is she married? Is she single? Is she a widow? How is it described as her household? How is it her house? Probably, I would think she's probably a widow. That isn't really entirely clear, but what is clear is that she was in charge of the household, and that she was able to actually say, well, I'll do this, I'll do that, you must do this, or you could come and do that. So Lydia, she was an important person. Now, I always get a little bit excited about this passage, and then I've realised this time looking into it that it might have less to do with snails than I previously thought. So to dye purple cloth, in ancient world, you need ground up snails, ground up sea snails. The sea snails concentrate the iodine in their bodies, and it's the iodine compounds that can then do the purple dyeing. But I think we might be in a bit of confusion about purple and scarlet, and the Greek for purple and scarlet, I understand, I'm not a Greek scholar, is slightly confusing. So it may be that actually she dealt in scarlet cloth, and if she dealt in scarlet cloth, then there wouldn't have been any snails. So one day, when I should be doing something really exciting, like, I don't know, sorting out all my piles of admin or something, I'm going to try and find that out a bit more. Did Lydia do the dyeing with sea snails or not? But the other thing that I thought about a lot when I was thinking about Lydia is my Batman mug. Now, this might be back to front if I show you this. Always be yourself. Unless you can be Batman, then always be Batman. Always be yourself. Unless you can be Batman, then always be Batman. So why does Lydia make me think of Batman? Now, you could rather cruelly say that Batman's superhero ability is white privilege. I have heard comedians say that. I've not made that up myself. But when I've always been thinking about Batman, Batman does not have any inherent superpowers. He is not like Spider-Man, who can do whatever a spider can. Batman uses his money, his resources, what he has, to help fight crime and make Gotham City safe. Well, I have a very rough idea of what Batman actually does. But Lydia does this in the same way, really. She can help build the kingdom of God with her resources. She has a house, she has a household, she can welcome Paul and the others into her house. They can use her household where they can build up the church. And so she says, come stay at my house. No, you really should. Come and stay at my house. Have my hospitality. That's why I chose the other reading for this week as well. We need to have a gospel reading for Holy Communion, so we needed to have a gospel reading. But I chose this one about the cup of cold water, not because I was obsessed with cold water, although this week you could say that. It's been very hot here. But because it's to do with hospitality. And Lydia offered hospitality to Paul and the others and just said, right, this is what we need to do. And this is, come to my house, we can do really good things. So she was using what she had to further the kingdom of God. Now, Batman, that's exactly what Batman does. He uses what he has to pursue good. And it may be that you don't have lots of resources like Lydia had. It may be that you have some time. How do you do that? Use that to build up the kingdom of God. Maybe you have time to pray. Maybe you have time to speak to people. Maybe you have time to make some phone calls and speak to people. Your friends maybe that you know might be struggling a bit at the moment. What you have can be used and it can make you a superhero. So today, when we think about Lydia being a superhero and basically starting the church in Philippi in her house with the others, she used what she had to be a superhero. So be like Lydia, be like Batman, always be yourself unless you can be Batman. And then, if you can, be Batman by using what you have, your resources, to work for good. Building up the kingdom of God. That's my midweek thought for the day. So I will see you all again on Sunday with the Sunday thought for the day. Bye everyone.